recent study shows that using the withdrawal method is almost as effective as using a condom if you're trying to prevent pregnancy, but not STDs. Now, according to an article written by Vice, this is a method that condom industries, contraception industries don't necessarily want people to know about it because there isn't really an incentive for people to know about it. However, when practiced perfectly, in other words, when the male partner pulls out before ejaculation during every incidence of vaginal intercourse, only 4% of couples who use the pullout method will get pregnant within a year. Imperfect or typical use bumps that to 18%. Now compare that to male condom failure, which has a rate about 2%. For perfect use, and 17% for typical use, where there's human error.
What's the imperfect use of? I hesitate to ask this question, but what is the incorrect use of a condom? And what are you shooting it across the room?
No, a lot of people. You know, you'd be shocked at how many people don't know how to put a condom on. Like
really?
they don't. Yeah, they don't. They don't pinch the tip before they roll it on, so they don't leave enough space for the semen.
The tip? What?
You know what I'm talking about. Hopefully.
I pulled out actually most of my life as a single guy. So
there are people who are stupid enough to use 2 condoms at once because they think it's safer, but that actually causes friction and it causes the condoms to break. I mean, there's a lot of stupid people out there. I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real.
Okay, so there's a lot that's disturbing in this news report. First of all, they're like, oh, pullout is just as effective as condoms, and typically it'll have you'll only get pregnant 18% of the time throughout the year. That should be fair. Now, that's way too high.
Yeah,
but that's not a good number.
No, it says 4%.
4%. 18%.
If you use it perfectly,
right?
Yeah.
Right, but especially in withdrawal, nobody's going to do it perfectly.
Dude, I got through a lot of time as a single man doing it perfectly.
Okay,
It's
well,
possible.
I mean,
It's possible. Okay,
we have a withdrawal connoisseur on the panel.
But also,
okay.
if you factor in that,
Of course, now I have 2 kids,
but I
so
mean,
it shows you how well that worked.
practiced all year. I mean, there's only 3 days a month that you can even get the girl pregnant, right? So like, I mean,
that's right.
Why? I mean, that's 10% right there. I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand how this. I mean, what are you doing? Like, are they? The incorrect method must be scandalously incorrect.
So it really makes me worry about condoms.
Open the package? Oh, I've been doing it wrong. I just buy them.
Put it on my what?
Yeah.
So it doesn't give me a lot of confidence in withdrawal method or condoms.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that condoms are foolproof, that you can't go wrong. It's going to protect you 100% of the time against pregnancies and STDs, but that's not the case at all. The whole point of this is to show you that condoms and the withdrawal method are both pretty similar when it comes to their effectiveness. So maybe all those, abstinence-only sex ed classes that right-wingers are in favor of are right. Abstinence is the only way if you don't want to get pregnant or if you don't want an STD.
Well, the condom is better for the STD, even if you use it incorrectly.
Yes, the condom is absolutely better than any other form of contraception there is.
So and in the article they talk about, hey, listen, guys aren't as much of animals as you think they are, like, because they think like, oh, if you're going to do withdrawal, no way, he'll never pull out. He's an asshole.
No, you pull out because you don't want to have
because you don't want to have babies. So I agree with that. I don't subscribe to that. But at the same time, I think I'm not going to fuck up a condom, right? But, can anyone pull out a little too late? Yeah, that imperfect usage is a lot more plausible than I accidentally put a condom on my ear.
Right. There's also the issue. There's also the issue of pre-cum when you're dealing with the withdrawal method, which can definitely get people pregnant.
Yeah. But I'm surprised that if you do it perfectly, it's only that withdrawal works 96% of the time. Because we got taught about pre-cum, but maybe that isn't as big an issue as we were taught. And there is a lot of I realized after reading the article, we really do get a lot of propaganda like, don't do withdrawal method. And I was like, wow, I never noticed that. And then the other thing I never thought of, honestly, is the condom industrial complex.
Yeah, totally. It exists.
What if the condom is ribbed for her pleasure?
So, in all seriousness, the corporate interest here, and I know it sounds absurd in this context, but is that they do more studies to show how effective condoms are, or how effective birth control pills are, or whatever it is that they're selling. Whereas no one does a study to show you how great withdrawal is, because nobody gets paid off of that.
The withdrawal industry, the pullout industrial complex is very, very powerful.
Before we get into the fantasy of the all-powerful condom companies manipulating public opinion, I will tell you that when I worked at an ad agency and we went after a condom account, they don't pay that much.
Yeah,
It's not like Mr. Moneybags is like, everybody's going to be wearing condoms and I'm going to make a fortune. It's more like, hey, man, we have $5,000. Put a catchy phrase on there of the pretty girl and like a picture or something. That's it.
And give them the fantasy that they have a giant penis.
Exactly.
Yeah.